Hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to find out more about Venus is sometimes called Earth's twin, but the two are not at all the same. Have you ever thought about what's beneath those thick, scary clouds? Could this strange planet have been the start of life? Come with us on an exciting trip into the heart of Venus as we try to learn everything there is to know about it. Why is this strange thing in the sky so interesting? We'll talk about its hot surface and rough weather today. Let's get started. Short introduction about Venus. What's the Venus all about? Venus is like Earth's twin when we look at the solar system as a whole. We think about places where life could be in different ways when we see how harsh nature can be. The ground is so hot that lead would melt in it, and the air is thick and full of CO2, carbon dioxide. As we learn more about Venus, here are some fun facts you should know. Fact 1. A day longer than a year. Get ready to have your mind twisted. On Venus, a single day lasts longer than its whole year. Venus's slow spin takes 243 Earth days to finish, so its day lasts longer than the 225 days it takes to go around the sun. In this strange time warp world, it is always dawn and dusk, and the sun moves slowly across the sky. In a strange world, the sun only sets twice a year, making the sky look like a jigsaw puzzle that makes us think about how we know time. Fact 2. The ecological overshoot. Venus shows the universe how the greenhouse effect works in full force. The surface is so hot that it boils at about 900 degrees Fahrenheit because of how much heat is stored in its thick atmosphere. It's not just hot here. Metals could gather together like water. If you go into Venus's atmosphere, the rules of Earth's weather are turned up to a strange level. This will give you a clear picture of what could happen if we don't stop global warming. Venus has 92 times the pressure of Earth, so if you stepped foot on it, you'd feel like you were being crushed. It's like going almost a kilometer deep into the water, where the force would crush anything that wasn't ready into nothing. Let's take a trip to find out how this high pressure affects everything on Venus, from the rocks to the end of spaceships that are brave enough to enter its dangerous atmosphere. Fact 4. Volcanic Wonderland. It looks like there are thousands of volcanoes on the surface of Venus. Some of them are so big they are bigger than Mount Everest. This hot realm, with its many volcanic peaks, shows a world that is always changing because of natural forces. By going into this volcanic paradise, we can see Venus's hot core and learn about the rough times it has been through and the forces that are still changing its surface. Fact 5. Acid rain and metal snow. Enter a world where acid rain falls from the sky and metal snow covers the ground. Because Venus is so cold, there is a weather event that looks like it came from a book set in the future. Volcanic gases and very high temperatures work together to make a rain cycle that is different from any other on Earth. We can see how Venus's skies are shaped chemically through this strange weather pattern. We get a clear picture of a world where things mix in strange ways. Fact 6. The Venusian wind. The winds in Venus howl at very high speeds, going around the planet faster than any storm on Earth. The atmosphere spins very quickly because of this super rotation. In just a few Earth days, it goes around on its own. We find a moving system that is affected by heavenly forces and changes in temperature as we learn more about this event in the sky. The beat for this strange world is set by this system's chaos in the air. Behind clouds that shine brighter than any other planet, Venus shines like a jewel in the night sky. The planet looks strange and stands out in the sky thanks to these mirror-like covers. Through these clouds, we can see that Venus's atmosphere is made up of a lot of different chemicals, along with sulfuric acid. The clouds cover a dangerous landscape with a bright, deceptive surface. This shows how Venus's beauty is complex. Fact 8. The pioneer of greenhouse effect studies. Venus was an important place for early studies of the greenhouse effect because it is very hot there. In the 1960s, Carl Sagan and other thinkers looked at this world and thought about how its environment worked. This study made us worry about what might happen to Earth and helped us learn how climate systems work. The study of Venus's past shows us how fragile the balance of planets' atmospheres is and what happens when it is thrown off. Fact 9. Missions to Venus. More than 40 missions have been to Venus, putting themselves in danger to find out what mysteries it holds. Mars Odyssey, which was built by NASA, flew around the world and used radar to scan the cloudy surface. It showed a world with hot springs and rough scenery. By putting Venus's piece together, these brave people give us a look into the planet's dark secrets and lead us through its thick clouds to its fiery surface. Fact 10. There are no moons or rings. Venus is the only planet in the solar system that doesn't have any moons or rings around it. It's a lovely picture of itself dancing in space. This makes Venus stand out as a planet that moves around the sun by itself. To figure out why Venus doesn't have these shared planetary partners, we have to think about how planets are made and how our solar system was very active in the past. It also shows us Venus's long, lonely trip through the years. Fact 11. Beauty that kills. Venus is Earth's sister planet, and it's a beautiful but dangerous dangerous place to visit. Even though it's close and about the same size as our house, it's not at all a nice spot. It has clouds of carbon dioxide and sulfuric acid dancing around its surface, which is very different from Earth's safe hug. This toxic beauty both draws you in and scares you, showing the delicate balance of things that are needed for life. Fact 12. A possible sign of what Earth's future holds. Venus shows us a prophetic picture of where Earth might go, and the runaway greenhouse effect is a cosmic warning. It's like looking into the future of our world when you look at its burned-out scenery and thick air. Climate change is becoming more clear to us as we learn more about Venus. This makes it even more important to keep Earth safe from the same thing. Fact 13. Once habitable? Could Venus have been a safe place for life billions of years ago? Some scientists think that the Earth may have had warm, liquid seas and temperatures in the past. This is very different from how things are now. Learning about how this planet went from being habitable to unfriendly over time tells a story of how planets change over time and how life cycles on planets are dynamic and always changing. Fact 14. Invisible mountains and valleys. Did you know that Venus has mountains and valleys that are hidden by its thick clouds? The size and complexity of these natural features are on par with Earth's landscape. Imagine a world with tall mountains and deep valleys that are all covered in mystery because the atmosphere is so thick. Exploring these secret areas gives us interesting hints about Venus's volcanic activity and natural history. Fact 15. The mysterious highlands. Venus has some of the tallest mountains in the solar system. Their names are Ishtar Terra and Aphrodite Terra. These places are higher than Earth's tallest mountains and cover a lot of Venus's land. The way these mountains change the weather around the world is interesting. They cause a lot of strange rock and weather events. Let us take a closer look at these huge mountains and see how they change Venus's weather. Fact: the mystery of Venus's rotation. Reverse rotation means that Venus spins backwards compared to most of the planets in our solar system. In other words, the sun rises in the west and sets in the east on Venus, which is the opposite of what happens here on Earth. The strange way this planet spins remains a mystery, giving scientists a fun puzzle to solve and making us think about how planets move. Conclusion: with its extreme temperature, strange mountains, and mysterious spin, Venus continues to amaze and challenge our knowledge of the solar system. Its unique natural features and the exciting thought of microbes living in its atmosphere push the limits of what we can explore and learn about the universe. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our station if you are interested in learning more about the secrets of Venus and the world. Come with us on this trip through space as we try to figure out the mysteries of our friends in space and beyond.